Hi everybody, my name is Mary Petrie and I'm your instructor for English 1111, and I thought I would do video lectures once a week just to offer people a different way of hearing some of the information. Some of it will be a little bit of a repeat, but there will be more nuance and some different things here in the video. So I'm just going to move this out of the way. I want to talk today a little bit about the class generally for just a minute, and then about finding a topic for your paper. The first thing that I wanted to say about the class is that this is a 2-credit class, so it shouldn't be an inordinate or huge amount of work. Basically, you're going to read Drinking, a Love Story, and that book we're reading as a model for the kind of interdisciplinary thinking that I hope the class encourages. So I talked about that a little bit today in the news post, that Carolyn Knapp brings in psychology, sociology, gender studies, public health, all kinds of different disciplines come into her analysis of her personal experience and her analysis of addiction generally. So it's a really good example of kind of that interdisciplinary model. So we're reading that book, which is an easy book, it's a light read, it's fun, and then we're just reading select chapters of The Craft of Research. And I'm not referring to page numbers because I have that on my Kindle, and also my edition of Knapp is really old, so I'll just direct people to chapters. If you have time and the inclination, it sure wouldn't hurt to read all of The Craft of Research, but you don't have to, because I can fill in the blanks. So today I wanted to say one other general thing and then talk about finding a topic. But the general thing is, don't get behind. I cannot allow late assignments in this class, in part because the rough draft, which is what everybody wants to turn in late, requires other people to read and me to return in a timely manner. We only have 5 weeks, so just make a commitment to yourself to stay on top of it. All you have to really do is write one big long paper. Take these little quizzes and posts along the way, but everything we do builds up to the paper. So all the things in the discussion board with the thesis statement and the outline and the topic, it's all part of the process working toward the paper. The whole class is about that final paper. So just do it. Just focus on getting that. So the topic, you can see in the syllabus that I say no topics on diseases, no topics on bullying, what are they? ADHD, depression, post-traumatic stress, steroids in sports. And the reason why these topics are not allowed, and I won't allow them, is because they lend themselves to very simplistic papers and very poor sources. There's so much in social media out there kind of about bullying and steroids that students tend to just find or use the material they find first, and it's not academic credible research. Your topic should be something you can research in the library database. So here's how I suggest you find your topic. And in The Craft of Research, there's a lot of good suggestions too. But first, read broadly. Wait, let's go back. First, think about your discipline, your professional goals, the kinds of things you're interested in. Are you in law enforcement, human services, studying to be a nurse, paralegal program? Kind of think about the things that interest you. Do international relationships interest you? Are you concerned about gender issues, homophobia? Does the history of the civil rights movement interest you? Just think a little bit about the many, many things out there. And then read broadly. Read broadly. Skim. Just see what's available. And when you do this, I would recommend going to some reliable sites like the New York Times, Al Jazeera, The Guardian, CNN, the BBC. If you want to just read casual news sources. Oh gosh, what else would I say? The Washington Post. Just Google your topic, and look at Wikipedia. never, ever, ever, ever use Wikipedia as a source in academic writing, but it's a great kind of surface level glance to see if there's something there. So once you've done that for your topic, then you're going to want to go to the library database and see if you can find academic research on the same kind of general topic. So let's say you read about climate change and poverty. There's a large connection between poverty and climate change in that the people who will be most affected by the warming climate and changing climate will probably be poor people, people who live close to the land right now, who work with the land, who live in particularly arid regions of the world. So let's say you're interested in that and you find a lot of stuff in the New York Times and NPR, very interesting things. Now, if you're reading a New York Times article on that or an NPR piece, they might refer to a study done by a sociologist or a meteorologist. You write down that study and you try to find it, because your paper is not going to rely primarily on media or secondary sources, but on primary source material, credible material from the library. Then, on Friday, I'm posting, well, the video is already in content, and it shows you how to use the library database. So you go into the Inver Hills Library database and start searching for the topic. So you, let's say you winnow down your climate change to climate change, indigenous, and poverty. And you plug in those 3 search terms and see what you come up with, and start searching that way. So you want to make sure that your topic is researchable, that there's academic material on it, and that you're interested in it. So first you think about where you are at, what you're interested in, what would be beneficial to you. Then you read broadly in popular sources, noticing where those popular sources might refer to academic research. And then you go into the library database and try to see, is there academic data, research available on my topic? Your paper, your final paper, is going to rely primarily on those academic sources and secondarily on the media sources. A paper that comes in with all Washington Post, Al Jazeera, BBC, the ones I hate the most, like Harvard newsletters from medical schools, or promotional material from an institution of education. Those aren't good sources. You want studies from the American Psychiatric Association, or from an economics journal, law enforcement textbook, etc. But that's what you want as your sources. So this is your task for this week, is to get, if you can get a topic, a concrete topic, and know that it's researchable. You must have that done by Sunday, so that next week you can get your thesis statement done. So that's my lecture for today, this week, and good luck, and I hope that everybody is enjoying drinking. The book.